Hey everyone. Have I gone blank? Okay, so episode 154 was, I think, 154? Whatever it is. Low-hanging fruit, Andy and John. We had a lot of technical issues. Sunday was, unseasonably warm day for December. The computer just shit itself. Just kept crashing. We lost a lot of audio. I've tried to patch it up as best I can, but you'll notice a premature end to the whole thing, and it's a bit patchy in places. The other thing is for some reason my computer on this end shit itself, and when I was doing the editing, I thought the audio turned out really bad just because of some settings I'd put in the preamp beforehand. And now, just as I'm about to bounce it out the first part, somehow I fixed it, and it sounds normal. Anyway, the good news is that as a catalyst, I went out and bought a new computer basically for the studio, and I realised all the donations that people have given us, all the coffees people have bought for the last year, basically covered the new computer, which is awesome. So thank you. This episode goes out to everyone that has supported us and handed over a couple bucks to let us keep going. You've literally enabled us to keep going. So yeah, hopefully, good things to come. Anyway, enjoy.
There are improvement works ahead, so this train will terminate at the next station.
Fake news, folks. Fake news.
So sick. How about that?
Are you Muslim?
He should have been slapped as a child. He's a spoiled little Greek rat who's probably been treated like a prince.
I'm not a crook. I've earned everything I
No, like the actual arm tapered to itself.
Very fine people on both sides.
So it doesn't bend up. I was going to say, every time we come here and like we're setting up, and I always put the headphones on first, always. That's standard. And you're usually milling around with food or drinks or whatever.
Yeah.
You're just milling around. I don't know what you're doing.
I'm finding something to do.
Yeah, but I always hear your voice come onto the mic last, but I can hear it in the background as like auxiliary sound, and then it sharpens up, and I always think, the first thing I think is, what's this idiot going to say now? No, like I'm waiting for something like very repugnant.
Oh, well, I've come prepared, I hope.
I was going to say, when we got here, this guy was waiting outside the gate, and as I've pulled up, I've seen the gate already open, and my first thought was, well, the gate's stuffed again.
He's going to get
you. Yeah. And I thought, okay, maybe someone, and as I've seen him sitting there, I'm like, that stuff him, I'll pull in before him. So I've swung it in, and I flipped him off as I've come in. But then, I don't think you noticed it.
No, what happened?
Right before I pulled left into my parking spot,
yeah,
I flicked the indicator right.
I didn't see that.
I thought if the finger didn't piss him off, the indicator would shit him up the wall.
That's it. My weekends are ruined. Little did you know, the whole time he's just sitting in there. Sunshine. You come in. I flipped you off. I didn't see it.
No. Oh, God. Have you ever done that if someone's following you and you flick out the indicator then turn the wrong way?
Oh, yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's
all the
absolutely
hazards.
infuriating. Actually, I didn't avert anything. I had a good laugh. I was on the freeway yesterday coming back from the east. Traffic was up the arse, like going into the city. I think it was because of the Fed Square stuff, because of the soccer. It must have, Guns N' Roses as well. I think
there was a couple. Yeah, there was a few things going on.
For some reason, every road, and St Kilda Road's been blocked off because of roadworks. Every single road in and out of the CBD was just chockers. Yeah, to get home, I literally did all these back streets off South Bank Boulevard and like just it was like what were those movies? Bullet from the 60s, the Steve McQueen movies. Bullet, wasn't it?
I don't think I've seen that one.
It's one of those driving ones where they gear up like 100 times and never actually break or gear
so
down.
Fast and Furious.
Okay. Yeah, the Fast and Furiouses of the 60s. Yeah, so I had to do that to get home. Anyway, I was on the freeway. I was just passing near where the old Nilex sign used to be. It's still there. The Nilex sign next to those grain towers that now they're destroying.
Oh, yeah.
They're building the Ride District, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I was around there on the freeway. Traffic was moving. It was it was heavy, but it was moving. Like I was still doing 80 or whatever. And I'm seeing all the cars start to bank up for Punt Road exit.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'll take Batman Ave. Like, so I look in my rearview mirror. Clear. Next car's not for like 40, 50 meters minimum. Yeah. Put out the indicator, turned into the middle lane. And as I've straightened up, I've looked up again and there's this white Merc just gunning for me, like absolutely barreling at me, like as fast as it can. And then just sort of slammed the brakes. And it came out of nowhere. Like I looked back and I didn't remember even seeing the car. And I've looked up again and the woman in the passenger seat was screaming at the guy and like pointing at him, like, and then pointing it forward. Sort of like, I got the feeling that she was saying like, what the hell are you doing? Like, why were you speeding up? La la la. Then he flipped his lid. He was absolutely losing it to the point where he was gesturing forward. He was like screaming, pointing. At one point he picked up a water bottle and like acted like he was on the phone, like yelling into it. Like he was like, it was like cartoony. You know, when you see him, you know, when you see you see a puff of smoke or cloud around the person and they're just drifting left and right in his fist, like an Andy Cap cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
It was like that. It was like an Andy Cap comic, like two people fighting.
Sometimes you'd like to be a fly on the wall to hear like some of these arguments that are just going on just over
can imagine.
ridiculous crap.
I can imagine. It'd be like, where did you put the meth? I took all the meth! Look, I'm on the phone. This is a bottle of meth.
Dude, literally, I thought back and like, did I do something wrong? I'm like, no, I indicated, I changed lanes and I kept going. And the fact that the woman was like screaming at him first and pointing, like, I sort of got the idea that, yeah, he purposely sped up to avoid letting me in. Why would you do that?
Now, from 40 meters behind, that's...
He was back, man. Like, I couldn't see a car. Like, literally, it was in the rear view, man. Like, the whole lane was open. So I'm like, stuff it, I'm moving. Now or never, you know? But I've been tailgated by idiots.
Yeah.
You know, or like they refused to let you merge in and things like that. I had another clown the other day. I was heading towards the Balti. So I was taking that big round loop-to-loop, you know, that comes back around. I was in the right-hand lane, look behind me, there's a car, 2 car lengths behind me, and there's traffic, so I flicked the indicator on to start merging across before I missed the exit. And this idiot's sped up to go nowhere, because there's cars in front of us. And as I've come in, I've sort of committed and started poking the nose through, and he sort of slammed his brakes, and he's like looking at me and he's like shaking his head and like talking under his breath, you know, like to himself.
Don't worry, he was like, I'm a dickhead.
These are the people I honestly want to catch at the lights and beat the shit out of.
Yeah.
I'm not a violent person, but to catch these idiots at the lights and physically jump out, it's the worst thing you could do, jumping out of a car at the lights.
Yeah.
I actually want to get out and give them one of your ones. What are you doing?
Have you done it before?
Nah.
Oh.
Do you know why? I think it's because I've seen my old man do it when I was a kid and it never ended well. As in, like, my old man was pretty intimidating. I mean, you'd know. You haven't known my old man. You know.
Yeah.
He was intimidating when he was fiery, but when I mean it didn't end well, I meant that like he'd come back and like he'd probably start a riff with my mum, and like they'd be like bickering. You know what I mean? So I just knew probably shouldn't be doing that at the lights. Why? Have you done it?
Yeah, once. Yeah, I was like 21, heading into the city, which I was already like really mad about because I hate the city.
So your last birthday then?
Possibly.
Anyway, yeah, go.
Possibly.
Sorry, go.
But it was that. What's that? Kings Way. When you turn left from Prinny Highway onto Kings Way.
Left? No. You go straight down Princess Highway, and instead of turning right onto St Kilda Road, you just keep going straight.
No. What's that left turn? What's that left that veers off after like that St Kilda Road?
I live around there, man. I'm just trying to picture it.
It goes under the bridge. It goes under that little bridge thing.
Okay, wait. He's in coming off St Kilda Road.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure.
Are you thinking of Nepean Highway or St Kilda?
Oh, Nepean. Sorry, Nepean.
Okay. I was
Highway.
about to say,
Sorry.
yeah.
Nepean.
Okay, so the little bridge you're thinking about is Princess Highway as it crosses over the St Kilda Road tram line.
Yeah.
And then comes out and becomes Queensway.
Like
it becomes Queens Road, and then that becomes Kingsway.
Oh, is it?
Queens Road becomes Kingsway.
So Queens Road is the left veer,
Yeah.
and then it becomes Kingsway.
Yeah.
All right, so that Queens Road veer is... Yeah, so anyway, you know, a lot of people cut that line, right?
Yeah,
They go from the second left to the far left.
Far right, yeah.
In the last second.
That's where you cross over Chapel Street, right?
Yeah.
If you go left, it goes to St Kilda Road.
And if you go right, it goes to Richmond?
If you go right, no. If you go left at that split on Princess Highway, that takes you to St Kilda Road. And then if you go right, you can choose to go down St Kilda Road, or you can go down to Punt Road, like you said, Richmond.
Oh, yeah, Punt Road.
So you've gone straight to go under the bridge.
No, I went left.
So you were trying to get off at
I was in the left lane.
Trying to get off at that
Trying
split.
to get off.
Okay.
And some guy clearly didn't take the left lane, and they do what they do, and they try and overtake, but they don't go fast, right? They just go slow and then just merge in with no indicator. So this guy just merged in right at the end where the concrete was. I mean, like just veered through at 60 Ks.
Yeah.
No indicator, nothing.
Because it's a barrier. It's only one lane.
It's a barrier, yeah.
It's one lane going in and out.
Yeah.
It's one way as well.
It's one way as well, yeah. So he veered in. I almost hit the wall next to me because I, had to swerve a bit. And there's not much room there.
What were you driving?
I was driving my Audi.
Of course you were.
Yeah. So...
Were you wearing a suit with gold cufflinks?
I was wearing a suit, yeah. Yeah.
Look at this man.
I had the cufflinks on as well. They were the... what the hell were they? What's the Medusa logo? I can't even remember anymore. Which brand's got the Medusa logo?
Versace.
Versace. I was wearing my Versace.
Versace? You can't even spell Versace.
And the first lights we got to, I was just so mad. I got out of the car instantly, like I was flooring it up to the red light because I was like, I got to get a head start on getting out of the car. This guy was in like a van thing, right? He's like some delivery driver. Got out of the car. I start banging on his door, realize it's open his door. I'm like, get the fuck out, I'm going to fucking kill you. Anyway, people behind me jumped out of their car and they're like, what happened? I'm like, this idiot cut me off. And they're like, yeah, let's get him. And then they were like,
starts a mob.
He's responsible for the riot of this man
accosted me.
So that riled me up, right? So I literally took a
05 riot that destroyed Chapel Street. Yeah. It ruined the economy.
The old riot of 2008, eh?
The guy was in shock, right? He just blank stared me the whole time.
Came from the horizons. Red in his eyes.
Mate, my balls were fiery, I'll tell you what.
A white stallion chariot.
But the two guys who
riding on a red mist. Mist of vengeance.
The son of Medusa, they said. And so the legend was born.
Long story short.
I can make it longer. So which small country were you planning on buying out at this point? Which impoverished nation were you planning on taking ownership of?
Cuba.
So that's why Burma collapsed.
The Burmese driver.
He had a Nepalese driver. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so the two guys were actually pretty chill. They they were obviously joking, but they sort of like stood in front of me in the car and they were like, "Hey man, it's not worth it, blah blah." And honestly, if they didn't say that it wasn't worth it, would you rather like hit the guy and go to jail or get in trouble and ruin your life and whatever? That light clicked. Anyway, I jumped back in the car, the light went green and we moved on.
Man was never seen ever again.
No.
Drove straight to Port Melbourne off the pier in his van.
Because I used to drive into the city every week to see my missus. And I hated it. It was the worst thing because she lived in Docklands. And it was just, I absolutely hated it. And every time I went in there was something. There was always something on the road that pissed me off. There was never there was never a normal drive. Someone cuts me off.
I live around those areas.
Well, it's horrible. Why would you ever want to live there? I don't know.
Why would I want to live there?
It's horrible.
The convenience of living there.
What convenience?
I'm literally minutes away from anywhere in the CBD, Docklands, anywhere that's important.
What, strip clubs?
No.
Well, that's it. That's all that's there.
No, it's not.
What can you find?
Mate, Melbourne's economical hub is there.
What can you find there that I can't find?
Fine dining, arts, theatre,
dining.
commerce, culture.
I get fine dining.
Botanical gardens, sporting
How many
events.
times have you
They're
been
not letting you in looking like that, dude.
How many times have you been to botanical gardens?
How many times? This month? As in, not December, November?
What's December?
December's once.
Yeah.
Okay, we're only on the 4th of December. I've been there already once.
That's disgraceful.
What do you mean?
Do you want your coffee?
No, that's all right. Not just yet.
Are you holding off?
Yeah, that's all right.
What is there in the CBD that can't be found in the south?
But there's plenty. There's nice parks around.
There are more knock shops in this area than there are in my area. I can think of one.
There's plenty of places to shop here.
For knock shops.
No, Southland, or you got Chatty.
What's your point?
My point is, there's no...
You said what is the CBD got to offer? Museums?
That outside the CBD
How many
doesn't.
museums have you been to?
In the last month? November?
Yeah.
1.
Okay. I'm not arguing for or against. I'm just.
Hang on, you can't ask the question and then tell your stand. You need
You're
to
the
tell
one
your
attacking-
stand and then ask the question.
I'm always the middle ground one here.
One.
I love how you're falling flat on your face here, yeah? How many music events you've been to? 1. this month? November?
You're a liar. You're a liar.
You're a liar.
I'm waiting for him to be like, this in the last month? Yeah, 1. What about in the last 6 months? 1.
Shut up. No, hang on.
John turns around. I'm with Andrew on this one.
I'm just.
No, wait a second. No, wait. November, I've been to 2 music events. I went to Tech 9, and then I also went to, who was the other group?
Tech 8.
Shut up, idiot. Onyx. I saw Onyx at the start of November.
Would you have not gone to see them if you didn't live in the city?
Probably not.
Oh, really?
Because they're close. One was at Laundry Bar in Fitzroy, and the other one was out in Thornbury, Northcote.
Okay.
So they're both close, like within 10 minute to 20-minute Uber fare. In fact, it was my mates that came. They all lived like in the southeast. One of them was like, yeah, I don't know if I can be stuff going anymore. Why? It's too far. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like a 20-minute drive for me.
All I see in my peripheral is him wiggling his toes. I don't have to look. He's just constantly wiggling his fucking toes.
Oh, yeah, it's got him on the seat.
They're right in the peripheral.
I'll put them under the table.
This is not a public train. Please take your feet off the seats.
I'll start mansplaining in a minute. Not man. What is it? Manspreading.
Manspreading. You're a dickhead. Keep it under wraps.
It's actually getting pretty warm. I have to take these off soon.
No, you got the fan right behind you and the aircon.
It's getting pretty warm.
Can you relax?
Actually, you don't want me to take these ones off though. That's the thing.
Grazie. How much of a wanker you just sounded like.
Well, that's what you.
Grazie.
So now you know what it sounds like when people try to talk Italian and they speak it like that. You know, like the anglicised version.
Ciao is the one I hate the most.
Ciao.
Or croissant, when people can't pronounce that. Croissant. Yeah. But when people say polo instead of pollo, you know, for Spanish chicken.
What's the croissant one?
Croissant.
Wait, as in you want to pronounce it that way?
Just say croissant, man.
Oh, yeah, no, I agree, yeah.
Croissant.
I was going to say, it's not like people walk around saying Mexico.
They should.
You've been to Mexico?
They should, man.
Oh, bud, you've been to Mexico? What are you doing?
Mi faz más en Mexico.
What are you doing?
Yeah, dude.
Although jalapeno, then...
Jalapeno?
Yeah.
Jalapeno.
I heard it once in an IGA. This Aussie chick was on the phone, and she's like, "Which chips did you want, love?" And the guy's probably said like, jalapeno, and she's like, "Jalapeno," and I'm like, "Whoa, I'm done. I gotta get out of this section. I can't."
Jalapeno.
She actually said, like she was confused. Never heard of the thing in her life.
I don't know if you saw my tweet or my Insta post last night. I was walking along South Bank, where Left Bank is, like along the river. And I was walking towards, I was going to catch a mate in the city. He was up on the Russell end. I was literally on a hunt looking for a scooter. Do you really have to do that, man?
How is your iced coffee different?
I love how no one's using a coaster either,
What do you
you
mean?
dogs.
What do you mean?
Why is your phone?
I am using a coaster.
No, but they can.
No, but this is more, look at how much water's coming off.
This guy's got his phone on the coaster and he's got the can in front of him.
Oh, just put whatever.
I've only got one.
Right, man, relax. You got 2. There's a Green Lantern one there too.
Yeah.
How is that different?
What do you mean? How?
Well, you just got your own iced coffee.
This is St. Ali.
Oh, the actual coffees. Yeah,
So
you're
how
talking
come
about
that
them last
doesn't
time.
give you diarrhea?
Yeah, probably will. That's why I'm really nervous about drinking.
Is that
I
what
wasn't going to say
is that what the
anything.
can looks like?
This is for their organic brew, yeah.
Okay, how
Looks
about
like it's scribbled.
I'll swap you
Like a
Boss coffee can for one of these Suntory ones.
take one, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, Santori is boss.
Suntory. Is it?
Suntory? St. Ali.
St.
just
Ali,
St. Ali.
sorry. Because I read Suntory
Yeah, but that
before.
is definitely going to kill your stomach.
I brought 3 so we can
Well,
have...
when you go in, you might as well go balls deep anyway. If you're going to destroy it, you might as well
This
go
is
the
black,
full.
though.
That's okay.
Oh.
Is it sugary? Is it a sweet taste?
It's just coffee. It's just coffee.
It's just a bit hard.
It's just coffee and water.
Just like a slap in the face.
He's a
It
hard
is slapping the
man.
face.
That's all right.
He drinks out of a
How much
can.
caffeine you got in there?
That's a very good question.
Doesn't say it down the bottom.
Have we hit the David Jones Glorious Food Hour or something?
This is like 1
Oh my
Where
god.
would it say it?
milligram per 1 mil.
Where would it say it?
It says it in the. For me, it says it in the nutritional information. Do you have nutritional information?
I can tell you my sugar's got.
This is 238 milligrams of caffeine for this can, which is actually quite a bit.
This is 237. Well, this is the serving size, but it doesn't say anything about caffeine. Oh, here we go. No, it doesn't actually say.
I love how he doesn't trust your reading, so he just got a can of his own to read.
I'm helping.
I'm helping.
Do you reckon it's just coffee flavoring? That's why
Well, it says coffee caffeine extract. It says coffee extract.
So it's fake coffee.
I forgot to shake it. Damn.
I forgot to mix mine as well. The water's like.
Just put your thumb over the opening.
That can't end well.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, I was going to say.
Go outside and do it.
No, it doesn't say.
Like, can we put the Martha Stewart hour on close for a second?
Good choice.
What are you doing?
I'm saying good choice.
Andy's never exhibited any interest in that fridge, and now all of a sudden he's gone through like a raccoon.
Well, he's off the horse, that's why.
I like licorice.
What horse?
Well, kind of.
What's that?
I like licorice.
Licorice is for the gods. Okay, hang on. What's off the horse?
He's off the horse. That's why he's looking and going through the fridge for food.
Okay, what I was saying was last night I was walking along South Bank looking for a scooter. I couldn't find one for the life of me, and people coming out like mosquitoes in the water. What are you doing? You're trying to shake it like a tree.
Yeah. No spill.
You're such a child, man.
What the hell is he doing?
He's willing to dislodge a neck vertebrae in order to shake, rather than just put his thumb over the gap. Your thumb is bigger than that hole, man.
My mouth is bigger than the thumb, though. And I get a little splash here and there inside. It's like drinking and shaking at the same time.
I give up. I'm going. I'm done. I'm actually done.
I was listening to
For
your...
the third time, I was going down South
Queen
Bank.
Elizabeth.
Huh?
I was listening to your Queen Elizabeth on the way here. Your little Queen Elizabeth solo podcast.
What about it?
I just found it hilarious.
I wasn't actually trying to be funny.
You were talking about how she was like touching herself and
What?
autoerotic asphyxiation and
Oh, no, I said that she may have died. Oh, because they bought... That was like 2 months ago.
I don't know why. I got in the car, it just started playing.
I did a solo one like 2-3 weeks ago.
Well, that was the thing that played. I don't know why.
Okay.
It's hilarious, though. It was good.
I was talking about how they brought in specialist experts to figure out how she died. The woman was 97 or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how else could she have died? And I said, auto asphyxiation.
Or a service boy came up.
Yeah.
She gave her a heart attack.
Yeah, or she just died in the middle of the night doing a line of cocaine. Just all applicable to Her Majesty, man. Anyway, for the fourth time, I was walking down South Bank looking for a scooter. They're all taken up or dead, like the batteries were dead. As I'm walking...
How do they recharge them?
I actually don't know. Solar power? I got no idea.
Okay, yeah, maybe.
I have no idea because
You'd think you'd see a panel for the solar power, though.
But I know, they always die in the middle of the night.
They all miraculously turn back on at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Like a miracle of Jesus.
Quick, grab one!
For the seventh time, I'm walking.
What are you trying to say?
Stop. I'm walking. This woman girl walking towards me.
Woman girl.
Yeah, she was...
This woman girl. As opposed to a woman man. Or a woman boy. What made you even think of saying that?
Because... Alright, they're both gone. They're both gone. What am I wasting my time for?
Oh, man. All right, continue.
He just had to clarify it just for those few people.
Well, he tried to sneak it in there
I'm
like
just thinking, a woman? What type of woman? Is it a woman, girl, a woman, boy? Someone needs closure.
My chest.
Oh,
Stop.
boy.
Stop.
I'm going to have the worst diarrhea.
Do you know why? It's because she was like 20-something. She didn't look like she was old, but she was over 18, clearly. And as she's walking past, she yelled. She was holding a phone, and like in front of her face, it's like to get the leverage of the mic. And she yelled something like, "Somebody get me a fucking chocolate ice cream." Yelling it at midnight.
Oh, at midnight. Wow. Okay. Where were you? You're walking.
Yeah. Who yells into a phone, "Somebody get me a fucking chocolate ice cream," while headed to Crown? I thought that was bizarre. Like she was dressed up like she'd gone clubbing or something.
Oh, so she was probably gone.
I don't know. It was bad. I actually caught a scooter the week before. I had a Bucks in the city, and I was the last man standing. I pulled into my apartment on the scooter at 5:45 in the morning.
I can't take anyone riding around in a tux on a scooter. Seriously.
I wasn't at the wedding. I was at the Bucks.
Oh.
Why would I be wearing a tux?
Do these scooters have like little bells like on a bike? Or a little honker?
I think they do, but I don't know where it is. So I'm always like yelling at the last second, like, "Hey!" Like,
Ding! I'm just thinking, ding, ding. He's on the seat, on the scooter.
Where did you get the suit from?
Important business to get to. Ding, ding.
I was at a Bucks. I wasn't at the wedding. Why would I have a suit at the Bucks?
Coming through. Ding, ding.
You're an idiot.
Rides past Asian people. Ding, dong.
Listen to the other one. I hear the dings and the don'ts. Man, people are probably thinking I'm a psycho when I'm driving to and from work because I just got this massive grin the entire day. Anyone that's looking behind them, just been listening to like the last 4 or 5 of the recent ones.
Do it in Woolies.
Yeah.
then you'll
Woolies.
get the look.
Standard. Like even just now, I was at Woolies for 10 minutes before I came here. I had the episode going.
Dude, during the mask thing, when you wear a mask, I had my wireless headphones in. I'm just laughing behind the mask. People just staring at me like, "Oh man, someone's dying today."
Can I ask you a question? Are we that far off the mark? Like, I don't think we're saying anything remotely funny. I think we're just being stupid.
Well, I'm just being myself. I don't know about you guys.
All right, Mr.
He's just living his truth.
No, but like seriously, I find it hilarious. I go back and listen to them, and I'm genuinely like in tears. I'll be at Woolies and like keeling over, trying to pick up groceries and like, do you know what I mean? And I have to take the earpods out when I get to the counter, but I'm often laughing to myself while she's trying to ring everything through because I'm just remembering the last thing I heard.
Yeah. I think that's what you get when there's synergy between people in a podcast. As in, like, you can relate very easily to what someone's attitude or personality is, and you sort of relate to that. I think that's what it is for me anyway.
Like, I was listening to the one, like, I've been coming back and forth from it because, I'll throw on the latest one and then, you release another one and I'll update it. So I'll eventually come back to one that I started like 4 months ago. And then, the newest ones come back out and I'll start listening to that one. And, like you're saying, like, with the synergy, like, when you had the boys here as well.
Which ones?
Simo and...
and Alex.
Alex. Like that one there as well, like you can tell like the three of you get along well, but there was a sense of almost professionalism there.
No, do you know why? It's because they're both...
What are you saying?
Well,
I think you know what I'm saying.
No, because they're low-hanging fruit for a reason, you idiot. They came organically. I didn't make that. He kept saying it.
Like the Senali coffee.
Yeah, no, because Alex is still trying to be a professional because he's a professional actor.
Like, you can't... He's like, we're going to change the subject.
Yeah, because
I'm not getting involved in this.
He was on the podcast before you ever came on, man, back in 2017. So he was still himself, but he's come a long way since then. So I'd hate to like tear down his entire legacy.
Tim's like, yeah, the Queen's had a service boy come up to give her a go. And Alex, yeah, it's quiet.
Yes. Moving on. Yeah, no. And Simo is just old Simo. Like I've posted you some of his rants and stuff before. He's very articulate. He's well measured where we just fly off the handle.
We just, exactly.
And end up retracting half of what we've said anyway.
I regret the statements I made earlier.
Those get released on
I'd like to retract them from the record.
Very small, like, banners on the bottom of the paper or websites, like the retractions are there, but you just don't see them.
The website body is like a page. The retractions are just archives. Like hours of reading. Look, what the hell? I always think about that. Is this podcast going to come back and bite me in the ass somewhere? What do you reckon?
I mean, if you're at the status of like The Rock or something, maybe, but I don't think we have anything to worry
The
about.
Rock? No. Forget The Rock. I'm just even if it's just a professional, like working.
Nah, I don't think so.
Nah.
I love he just says it. Nah, I don't think so. First person to distance himself when the reporters come out. Do you know what I mean?
Raunchy podcast under fire. Oh, who's that?
I've never heard of him before.
Train sploopers?
Such a bum, man. I don't know. I just think because there's obviously like I redact whatever I can and censor whatever I can. But to be fair, especially with our episodes, I don't think I've removed anything.
No.
It's a pretty true.
I don't think we say anything that's too, like, no, in all
Speak
honesty.
for yourself.
I don't think we say anything that's too
Okay.
offensive.
Sure.
Not without purpose. Like if we're trying to throw you editing to do.
Don't start.
I mean,
Don't-
sometimes we do say
That's not an
something.
invitation. That's not an invitation. That is not an invitation. I was going to say, have you guys been watching the World Cup?
No.
No.
Why? Because I haven't either.
I haven't watched the World Cup since 2006.
I know you haven't because the Italians lost like a decade ago, 2 decades ago.
They haven't qualified for the last 2 World Cups. Why would I watch it?
They didn't qualify like this one. They didn't qualify the one before.
Nah. They won the Euro, but they can't qualify for a World Cup.
Toddy's at home right now, just angry.
He's going out to get his old boots. He's like 63.
You haven't watched it
No, I've lost interest over the years.
in sport or in soccer?
In a lot of sports, yeah.
So
I'm trying to get back into basketball, but I've just
was-
without someone to probe me back.
I was really trying to, same thing, I was really trying to get back into into NBA a couple of years ago. But then, yeah, just same thing, like just kind of fall off.
It's not as I don't find it as I don't know if it's that or it's just me, but it's not as entertaining for me to watch anymore.
Basketball?
Any sports. I don't know why.
What about footy?
Footy's probably one of the more entertaining ones. But even then, like, I struggle to watch it.
Hang on, wait. NBA, I don't watch it.
Highlights.
Nah.
Everyone watches highlights every now and then.
If I catch highlights on social media,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
wouldn't go
yeah.
out of my way to watch it.
I was really trying to watch matches, and I couldn't. Yeah, I watch a couple here and there, and then just kind of fell
Look,
off.
arguably, the NBA has gotten more entertaining because now you got long-range shooters
yeah.
setting records every night. You know what I mean? Every game is like 120 point each way.
Yeah, that's true.
I know, that's what they tried. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I tried watching a bit of I used to watch a fair bit of the NFL, but that same thing just kind of fell off.
Soccer, I stopped watching when I started watching footy because it's just I can't take the acting and the overhamming.
Yeah.
Falling down, rolling around. It's like, nah, man, I can't do
Yeah,
that.
but I suppose it depends what league you watch. If you watch the Premier League, they don't do that there at all. They don't have the time. They're too. Yeah, they don't have the time for that. Not even in Spain. It's more so.
The Italians?
The Italians. I can't say that. The Spanish do it as well.
So the Italians are weak women, fair enough.
But there tends to be also as well more so international, like domestic league in general. German.
Look, don't even start
English.
with domestic league here because
no.
the skill level is terrible.
But they don't do that here.
No, because Aussies won't stand for it.
Yeah. But
we can't.
If the two of the best leagues in the world, the German and the English, if you want to watch them, you watch those. They don't do any of that stuff there.
You think the best leagues are German and English?
Spanish is...
I was going to say, what about the Spanish Italian? They're the first two that come to my mind.
Spanish? No. So
Or French.
French... Well, the thing is, French isn't that good. It's just PSG's making waves because they've got a lot of money and they're very successful now. And they've got big names. But the league in itself isn't particularly good. The English, it's kind of like any given day, anybody can win. Doesn't matter who you are. German is pretty big. But, yeah, Spanish and English are probably the two biggest.
Anyway, I can't watch it because of theatrics. The thing that got me was all the crap that came out about, is it Qatar or Qatar?
Qatar. I don't know.
I think it's Qatar. I've always said Qatar.
Yeah.
Be that as it
It's
may.
Qatar.
Qatar. Be that as it may, my thing was the fact that...
Oh, we're getting into it. Let me sit up.
What are we doing?
Okay, go.
No, I was just saying I found it very amusing, the fact that the world went over there to play soccer and all of a sudden starts cracking the shits because of human rights, oppression of homosexuality and all that sort of shit, and demand answers and solutions. It's like, this has existed for hundreds of years, and you gave him the fire, you gave him the cup.
Yep.
Did you not realise? Like, did they have it all hidden when the FIFA officials went there?
Now, don't go reading into the laws. But we don't really like homosexuals.
No, but like, seriously.
Yeah, it's a law. It's a law. You can't be homosexual. And
they knew that going in.
And they knew it going in.
So
yeah,
then why are they all acting surprised now?
But the funny thing is...
I think because the outcry, right? Like... what did we lose? Did we lose?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to figure it out later.
So, do we just...
No, continue from what you were saying.
So, for anyone who's talking about...
I'll do a drop in. Okay.
This tape was a good idea, by the way.
The what?
The tape.
I told you.
He's been telling you for a long time.
I've been telling you every single week. Tape it up.
I think he told you since like what is it? Since the 12 Spices episode of KFC.
I don't even remember that.
I do. It's a good episode.
The herbs and spices. What is it? The hidden herbs. How many are there? 9? 12? 11?
As many as you want, John.
11?
The 23 herbs and spices of KFC.
It's pretty much just all the herbs and spices that everyone has.
We were surprised that it was all salt and not even like the
all salt.
Yeah.
Garlic
and
salt,
preserver.
pepper salt.
Yeah. 4 types of salt.
Yeah. Anyway, so why is Qatar? You said FIFA, the deal...
No, you were talking about Jerry Jones.
Yeah, I said that Jerry Jones has been
I
perceived
don't know
as a
enough
racist.
about this LeBron thing. I don't know anything about it. I just
and
heard
then
it pop up.
you started saying that the FIFA deal with Qatar happened under the old jurisdiction.
Under the old administration, which was then indicted on mass corruption, and they had to sack like the president plus the vice president who was going to take over, and then like the next dude after him. It's like all these people just basically got
6 levels of hierarchy.
It was basically,
Go.
And so it was like, how are these countries?
You're gone.
These countries, like who's come out now and said that basically Russia's like a terrorist state? Someone's come out and said that. So how is this terrorist state then being allowed to finance an Olympics? An Olympics. They even got the Olympics.
Soccer.
The World Cup. And the only way it would happen because everybody bids for it. And Qatar bidded for it as they would have bid for it, and they would have done under the table bid too.
When you say under the table, that just means like cash that's not...
That's cash for the person in charge, like whoever's organising the deal, that's cash for them to push it forward more.
It was like when Carlton got done for the salary cap crap, in 2001 or whatever it was, 2003. They were caught paying players under the table. So in other words, like let's say Kuda or
like
whoever,
they'd be paying him so much.
His salary's $800,000 a year for 5 years, but
they were sneaking other money under the table to give him another maybe $300,000 or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's $5 million to host, and he's $1 million.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Like,
here's a couple of bucks for you.
But you're right. Like, how did they But you're right. How did they not know about this? Like,
it wasn't an issue then.
It wasn't an issue. It was only an issue once they got it, and then the Dutch league or whatever created this armband, and
Deutsche, causing trouble.
It's always the Dutch.
Always.
They're
troublemakers.
They are.
The most passive idiots on the planet with their clogs.
But
what do you think? They just walk around with clogs on.
Have you been to Amsterdam?
No, but I work with people there.
I've been there. Do you know what I saw?
Not clogs.
I saw clogs.
On foreigners.
Really?
No.
Jesus. All these...
No one can get any sleep ever.
Yeah.
The hell's going on? The hell's wrong with this
People
place?
are falling over left and right.
Curfew every night, 7 p.m. No one leaves. Barefoot in your homes.
Can you imagine lying there at 10 p.m. just trying to fall asleep?
Yeah.
Shut up!
No one's allowed to have tile or floorboards. Carpet only.
Oh, man.
Oh, wow.
Clocks. Look, I think the other thing that annoys me is the fact that people are only cottoning on now.
Yeah.
It's like, hang on, man.
But for me, yes, that's also annoying me. But the thing that's annoying me as well is that the very people that are like preaching like tolerance of everybody and accepting of everybody, and now the very people who say we don't accept that.
We don't accept them or not, yeah.
Yeah. And it's the very people that they're defending are the ones that they're turning around on.
If you don't agree with something, then you fight against
But you know what? Sorry, I cut you off. Go.
No, but that's what I was going to say. Like, people who don't agree with what they believe in are going to fight against the other opposing view.
Yeah.
But that's not inclusive, is it?
Yeah.
So I'm confused as to how.
But you know what? I don't still consider that the biggest issue. Mm-hmm. And the other issue which I consider bigger is the one they're not addressing. They've only just mentioned it.
Do tell us, John. What is the issue that the whole world has ignored?
They've only brought up... Well, the fact that they're not making a bigger issue about the people that did die building these stadiums.
Which is what I tweeted that today.
Like...
Hang on, I'll bring the numbers up.
It's like it's illegal to be homosexual in Qatar. Okay. I'd assume a lot of people will be going under the radar or just not being out, and they just live a secret life, get married to a woman.
Honey, I'm going to work.
Yeah. Why are you still living at home? You've been working. You've had a job for 5 years.
Would you like some sausage?
But we know for a fact, they know for a fact that there's so many people that have died building these stadiums. So I would see that as a larger problem because we know for sure that there's a lot of people that have died from this.
No one cares about the...
But that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Like, it's not just only one thing.
6,500 migrant workers have died.
There you go, 6,500.
That's a big number.
It is.
From India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka.
That's probably more than the homosexuals they have in that country.
Yeah, hang on. Data from India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka reveal 5,927 deaths between 2011 and 2020. And Pakistan reported 824.
There you go. See? I consider that a bigger problem.
Yeah.
You have commentators, heads of from their respective countries saying, I will not go to this World Cup to commentate. I will boycott it, this and that. And there's full-on footage of them saying, I'll never go do it. Next thing you see is them doing commentary for Bein. I think that's the channel. B-E-I-N or B-Win. I don't know. B-E-I-N or B-Win. I'm not sure. You do a little bit of sleuthing. Turns out B-Win is actually owned by the Qatari head of state. And this is the very person that's saying, I will have nothing to do with Qatar. And he's actually commentating for...
Because as long as it's hidden from public view and not many people...
And that's what I mean as well. A lot of it is just, this virtue signaling as well.
I don't know.
Did you know that Indonesia is about to pass a law that says you can't have sex before marriage?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, as in anyone coming into the country cannot have sex if they're not married.
And you get, I think it's up to a year in jail, along with a fine.
Yeah. Yeah, well, every Aussie that goes there turns into their own piss, what's it called? Waddling station.
What are they going to do in Bali?
Yeah, Bali.
Yeah, Bali.
That's what I'm saying. Every Aussie goes there and just desecrates the whole island, turns it into a fun fest. Now what? The thing is, how are you going to police it? Are you going to assume that...
Kick the door down. Where's the ring? Show me the ring!
Certificate! I need a certificate!
I need a marriage certificate! Actually, we'll be holding on to you in the holding cell until we get this marriage certificate sent from the Australian government.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to... Yeah.
How do you police it? Do you just not allow unmarried couples to, hotel together or something? As in, if you come into the country, if you fly into the country with, a woman... It's like, are you married? No. Or you better not be going to the same hotel.
Every bedroom will have a security camera, and it's only disabled when you present the marriage certificate.
And that's how they're going to reduce the
economy.
Do you know what it reminds me of? The South Park episode where the security guard's sitting there watching everyone in the toilets, and he's got the big moisturizer jug.
What are you talking about?
There's an episode of South Park where guys aren't putting the toilet seat back down and women are falling into the toilets and hurting themselves, all right? So what they do is they introduce...
That is a ridiculous premise in itself.
So Butters, specifically... doesn't put the toilet seat back down after he takes a piss, right? So his mum falls into the toilet every time when she goes to sit down.
Doesn't he pull his pants all the way down to his ankles to take a piss?
Yeah. and he lifts his shirt.
He sings too, doesn't he?
So what they do is they introduce this whole policing thing where they set up cameras in every home aimed at every toilet and even like a seat belt and everything. Like it's just this ridiculous. And even people who are on like a second story of their house, they'll like grab a ladder and just like pop up at your window and be like, "Are you wearing a seatbelt?" It's just the most stupid shit. But behind all those cameras is like, one of those big screens and there's one security guard monitoring everything. And he's like this just fat, ugly dude with glasses. And he's got
the same World of Warcraft guy?
No, it's different but similar.
Yeah.
And he's got this massive jug of like squeezed down moisturizer and like tissues on the left. And he's just every time someone goes to the toilet, he'll just like focus in on it, and just you hear, when he pushes down on the jug, you just hears. It's the most ridiculous thing, but that's what I picture when I.
How does an episode end?
It ends with I think it's something like. Do you remember?
No, I can't remember it. I remember like that bit there, but I can't remember it.
I don't remember it. It's someone died or something. They got rid of it, and then someone like dies because they don't put the toilet seat back down. And someone. I think someone's insides get like sucked out or something like that. I don't know.
Because of the toilet.
Because of the toilet seat not down. Yeah, and their ass was like in the bowl, and the suction.
Sorry, just to go back to Qatar for a second. Why is it called soccer in Australia and America, but nowhere else in the world?
Because we have our national sport, which is football.
Yeah, but Ireland has got Gaelic football.
Yeah, but football's bigger than Gaelic football, so I don't know.
Yeah, but where did the word soccer come from?
I don't know. That's a good question.
That was the question. I'm going to look it up.
While he looks that up, talking about Indonesians and their
ridiculous
their sexual preferences, well, not sexual activities. I was saying, I was listening to this Wang guy, and I think it's one of his more recent episodes. And apparently in Indonesia, so you know how like you've got like these charity organizations that try and save like animals.
Yeah, scams. Yeah.
Yeah. So there was one that was trying to save, like there's one that was
the
WWF ruined everything. Yeah.
The WWF does not exist.
It ruined everything.
It's a shell corporation. They're actually
how
breeding.
they won, I don't know.
Okay, continue.
Didn't he just give it up just to be...
I think in the end, but I think there was a fight in the beginning.
Yeah.
From memory anyway.
So they like specialize in trying to rescue orangutans. And they like, I think they've saved like 42 orangutans.
Oh, doing good work.
Yeah. And because
over how many years is that?
I don't know.
One
42.
One orangutan a year.
No,
We did it.
That's the quota.
Dies during transportation. Damn.
What's wrong with you, man?
I don't know.
And they located one in this little rural village.
Mm-hmm. Oh no! I know where this is going.
No,
Go
you
on.
don't. No, you don't.
Okay.
And basically, they went to go.
They cut open its brain, took a dump in, and then ate it.
No.
Can
They
you relax, man? That's a bit full on.
Continue.
He's just pushing the boundary just to know how far you can go. Basically, they go to rescue this orangutan, and the village actually chased them off with weapons, like chased them away. Like, what the hell's going on here?
The orangutans or the people?
The people that went in to
The rescuers.
Yeah, the rescuers.
Right.
So then they got the police involved, and the police were like fought off like 3 or 4 times because the villagers had weapons,
Right.
like guns and full on stuff.
Where'd they get guns from with their villagers?
I don't know. This is in Indonesia, by the way. And so then eventually they did a massive raid. It was like 50 cops with AKs. They finally raid this village. They overpower like the entire building where the orangutan was housed, and they pretty much come face to face with an orangutan in a dress and lipstick.
What?
And basically, turns out it was a prostitute, an orangutan.
A prostitute orangutan.
Yeah.
Wait.
That the village was whoring.
Yeah, and apparently it was the most popular sought after individual. I'm serious.
What the fuck?
I know.
Was it pretty or?
I don't know. It was
It's an
an
orangutan,
orangutan.
Andrew.
We evolved.
It's an orangutan.
They're not that far down the tree.
They took
It's
the
an
orangutan.
orangutan.
The madam of the building pretty much was losing her mind. You're taking my baby, this and that. They put the orangutan in this enclosure like a thing.
How am I going to earn coconuts without my
Basically,
orangutan?
'cause apparently there was a mine or something there, and there was just a lot of miners going there, and because there was a brothel there, they would go there all the time. And basically, turns out the orangutan was the most popular one.
That's disgusting.
And
She was a wild animal.
yeah, very interesting
Just a
story.
beast.
Yeah. So that was from Wang.
Do you have any
Check that out.
fantasies? Do you have any fantasies? I like them to scream just wildly. Oh, we can sort that out for you.
Inaudible screams, not known to man.
Apparently,
Yeah, baby.
the madam wanted to see the orangutan just to say she could have peace of mind, and so they somehow arranged for her to visit the orangutan once a month. Mm-hmm. And apparently, whenever the orangutan would see her, it would flip its flip the lid, absolutely lose it, go on a rampage, psycho. And then they realised, we can't let her keep visiting.
Oh, because it was being hoard out. It was damaged.
Yeah.
And it didn't want to be hoard out by that person again.
Yeah,
so it was
associated
negatively.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's very disturbing.
That is very
But the
disturbing.
channel in general, this Wang guy, is pretty good.
Interesting.
Speaking of disturbing, why do some people call football soccer? One of the best-known differences between British and American English is the fact that sport known as football in Great Britain is usually called soccer in the United States.
Because we suck it.
Why is it that Americans, not to mention Canadians, Australians, and others, are likely to use the word blah, 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 blah. Now, although football-type games have been around for centuries, the sport we know today is often said to have begun in 1863 when England's newly formed Football Association wrote down a set of rules. At the time, it was the most widely played game of its kind in the country, but it wasn't the only one. Rugby football, named after an English boarding school, was a variation that allowed players to carry and run with the ball, blah, 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 blah. The game played under the Football Association rules thus became known as association football. Inevitably, the names would be shortened. So linguistically creative students at the University of Oxford in 1880s distinguished between the sports of rugger, which is rugby football, and a soccer, or a soccer, association football. So the latter was further shortened to soccer, sometimes spelled soccer as in S-O-C-K-E-R, and the name quickly spread beyond the campus. However, soccer never became much more than a nickname in Great Britain.
There you go.
So it comes from association football.
So which one's technically correct?
Association football, soccer.
Okay.
It was a
Interesting.
nickname, yeah.
That was the first name.
To differentiate, yeah.
Eventually it just became European football because the Europeans don't have any other football other than that soccer.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But Americans have ours, blah, 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 blah. Yeah?
Yeah.
What a rort. Soccer. What's the big deal? Anyway.
So I did a little bit of not sleuthing, but I was...
Is this continuing on from the monkey thing?
No, this is continuing on from us crap bagging you last time we did a thing about...
I love... you know what his sleuthing is?
What?
Him on the John after a bad Thai meal.
That's true. But I don't have bad Thai meals because I get it from River Kwai.
30 years, same joy. How your face isn't on the wall, like on a plaque.
It is.
You know what I mean?
I've secretly put my face on one of the royal family members,
Thumbs up.
like Mr. Bean stuff.
Continue.
No,
I'm guessing there's a King Yon at the bottom
yeah,
of
of course
that.
there is.
of
Yeah,
course.
yeah. You know how we're coming up with hard as nails, like Train Spotter, Street Fighter characters?
No?
No, I don't remember.
What are you talking about?
Bavarian Pretzel Maker,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Oktoberfest Waitress.
Uh-huh.
I actually looked into seeing if I could somehow make a Street Fighter game, Street Fighter-esque video game that would contain 2D sprites of like characters that we were naming.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
How
that's how I
far did
ended
you
up.
get?
That's how. Not very far. I need 250k.
We can fundraise that.
Yeah, definitely.
Buy some coffee.
It's a whole lot of coffees.
I can't buy a computer that works for this studio, but we're going to fundraise 250k to get 2D sprites.
You can't even put a sound blocking
That's
panel
that's your handiwork, mate.
back up. I didn't put them up. I didn't put them up.
That's your handiwork.
I didn't put them up.
Yeah, you did.
Nah.
You were here helping me.
I did the whole thing and all that, but I
No,
didn't put
wait a
them up.
second. Hang on. You're taking too much credit now. You didn't build these. All you did was staple the wire on the back.
Yeah.
yeah.
So satisfied with himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're such a dickhead.
Some fine work. Wait, so the wire is broken?
No, the wire's fine.
Oh, so my work is fine. I see. This makes sense now.
Yeah, I love how you're still looking at him, but you won't actually go to fix it.
No, I didn't put it up.
Yes, you did.
I definitely did not put it
You
up.
were here with me.
I was holding your butt cheeks while you were up there. But, I mean, that doesn't count.
You had to go there, didn't you?
Well, the people need to know.
Such a dickhead. Nevertheless.
This isn't Qatar.
So I was basically looking into it, and the way I was figuring it out would be like who would be who, the equivalent of who in these video games.
Yeah.
The Tibetan llama herder and the Tibetan hot dog vendor would be the equivalent of Ryu and Ken.
I love how you went and made a whole lore on this.
I did.
That's how bored he gets, yeah?
Greg would be like the Saget character.
Who's Greg?
Ah, you have to go back and listen. Greg, trust me, he's good.
Dude, do you realise? I heard that episode. I've heard it again since we put it up.
I think that's our greatest moment ever in the podcast.
Hang on.
15 minutes of us bagging him out.
Hang on.
And it only takes 2 names for you to realise what I was doing, and then you just jump on board with it 100%.
Wait a second. I love how that episode came out.
Yep.
I listened to it when I edited it. I listened to it at least once or twice since then.
Yep.
And I've moved on. He's found time to create a whole lore.
I even bought. That's how I ended up with the $40 in my Steam account, because I bought Soul Calibur. Apparently,
Why?
Because it's got good character customization. You can create your own characters.
Soul Calibur?
Yeah, Soul Calibur 6.
Oh, 6. All right. I thought you meant like the original or something.
No. So you can create them, but it was
Soul Blade on PS1 was one that was the first.
But that was the original.
incarnation.
Yeah. That was the first
best.
one. Yeah.
The very, very best game, man. Still holds up. I played a copy of it ages ago. I can't remember how or where, but yeah, I think maybe it was online. Nevertheless, my thing. Have you guys been following that Liver King guy?
Oh, yeah.
Not really, but yeah.
I thought you would be up on it because of the diet thing.
Yeah.
I'm so happy that it's come out that he's actually on steroids.
Yeah.
Right? But the whole diet thing made no sense.
What was he saying that would give you muscles?
Just pure protein of like
Doesn't pure
raw
protein
meat.
lean you?
He eats. So I mean, he's lean. He's big, but he's lean. He's
But not those
fat.
type of muscles.
No, well, that's what everyone's been saying, that he's too thick to have that style of body, like a bodybuilding.
You'd be more like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, right? So that's what everyone's been saying. But basically, a lot of people for a long time have been questioning it, and he's just been denying it flat out. I'm not on anything, blah, blah, blah. Look, there's no denying that the guy does insane workouts. His regime is like crazy. But at the same time, why lie about what you're doing? Or why even need to do it? His diet is good, technically. He eats raw meat, raw organs. So if he's going to that effort, why use steroids?
It's the size of his penis.
Just because this isn't Qatar doesn't mean you can't throw penis with it. Oh,
insecurity breeds a lot of darkness, man.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense that you would go to that much effort to work out crazy amounts, to eat raw testicles and eyes and shit, and then in the end just use steroids. Like, you can do the steroids without the other things.
What do you mean, man? Like, look at the links that people go to sell off any lie.
Because it's the sales pitch without the videos, and he hasn't got the content.
But he wasn't always a content creator. This has only been in the last, 4 years he's popped up.
Okay, so this is the grift from the last 4 years. He needs the videos of him eating the raw livers and whatever. I see those videos of him eating the raw liver. I'm like, get a job, man. Like, seriously. Life can't be that bad for you, dude. Like, just eat a steak like a normal person. Like, do you have to eat raw? Like, what are you proving, man? And the thing that gets me is that idiots like that trigger all the other incel idiots that think that represents alpha maleness and all that sort of shit. Then they attack in a bit of Joe Rogan, then they attack in a bit of Jordan Peterson and all the other shit. And it's just like, dude, like, what are you doing now?
Yeah.
You're creating this army of idiots eating raw liver. I saw a video of some skinny white kid sitting in a car eating raw beef mince, and he's like, "No, just put a bit of salt in it. It tastes good."
It doesn't make sense.
Like, what are you doing?
That's the thing, right? It's stupidity because people think that by eating raw beef mince, you're going to be jacked or you're being healthier.
Yeah.
raw beef mince has nothing to do with the fact that, yes, raw liver has immense benefits, right? That's what all the animals in the wild go for. They ignore everything else. They will go straight for a liver, right? That's proven. It's the most nutrient-dense food on the planet. Whatever, fine. You cook it down, you lose nutrients. Understood, get that. Why the rest of it, though? You don't need to eat a raw steak. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't mean anything.
Part of the image is selling the
right,
lie.
but what I'm saying is, like, the idiots that follow these... Like I saw another couple that do the carnivore diet, which is just protein. And they're like, oh, we're eating beef burgers for dinner. And they're like, this is our staple. This is what we eat every night. I'm like, you're not getting any nutrients. There's no vitamins in that. It's just beef mince. Like, you get the basics, but you'll die. You'll get deficient in so many things just by eating beef mince or raw steak. Yeah. You can't just eat the meat of something. You need the organs of it. The organs is where everything lives. All the good shit lives there.
Man, that's why all the wogs make the soups made out of like livers and kidneys.
Well,
Magiritsa.
Oh.
It's the best.
Yeah.
It's the best soup ever.
Nightmares in my childhood. But nowadays
that's the
give
best.
It another go.
It's the best soup ever. You gotta find someone that knows how to make it properly, man. My mum, bless her, she knows exactly how to make it. I've converted a lot of eaters with her version of Magiritsa.
Yeah.
Dude, Magiritsa is the soup that separates the men from the boys. It's all just entrails.
Yeah, I'm not touching it.
Oh, it's the best. Dude, it's the best. Lemon, salt, garlic. We have it at Easter time. I would have that every day of the week. It's freaking awesome.
See, I love liver. I wouldn't eat it raw. I love heart. I wouldn't eat it raw.
How would you serve heart?
I just frying pan. Just fry it.
As in slice it and...
No, I do. Well, yeah, sometimes. You can do the whole thing, or it's easier.
What's going on in your house, man?
What do you mean? I like it. I like the texture.
I'm picturing with like a white butcher's coat and a cleaver.
All the blood.
Then it's served.
Chicken hearts are really good. Like, if you want a good snack, like a healthy snack, it's like popcorn chicken.
He invites us over for dinner one night. We're just sitting in the adjacent room, and he's like,
yeah. Who wants the thigh?
I could just hear it.
He's just
You're
holding
right,
it.
yeah.
It's been plugged. There's just like 1-2 feathers still on it. Got the thigh.
I don't know. I feel like I just automatically think of that idiot eating raw mince with just salt on it. And he's sitting in his car or somewhere. I can't remember where he's sitting. It was a young kid. If that was my son, I would literally punch him in the head.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
But that's the thing. They probably don't even know what their kids are doing.
Hang on, wait a second. If that generation of kids have got parents around our age, and maybe just a bit older, surely we'd be clued in on their social media and shit like that, wouldn't we?
You would think so, yeah.
Well, there's that whole argument of, like, the people our age with kids at that age pretty much not in, kind of like letting the kids walk over them.
Oh, okay.
The kids dictate the house instead.
Yeah.
Their kids are their friends, not their children.
Yeah.
So they're spoiled?
Yeah.
Yeah, entitled.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like when we were teenagers, I feel like you just walk out of their house and disappear and no one knows what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
Now you're on social media every 20 seconds. You've got 100 things that monitor you. Surely you'd be more clean into what your kids are doing.
I remember when I first met my partner and her parents, we all started sharing Facebooks and whatever. And I posted something on day 2.
He starts cleaning up his act.
No,
links.
No, I didn't. See, I didn't. And I posted something on day, like I just reposted.
Just select all, delete.
I wish.
Select all, delete. Just a purge.
Within like an hour of me reposting
Facebook
something.
actually created a new tab called the Andy Purge specifically for this.
Destroy everything account. I wish.
Yeah, sorry.
No, and within an hour they unfriended me. It was because they were like, "Oh, we don't like that content." Like, it was so quick. It was so quick between me.
What were you posting?
Oh, I don't know. It was like a song or something, but like a metal song maybe or something like that. And they didn't agree with it, and they just unfriended me. I was like, okay.
I've unfriended people based on their content. No problem.
Within a like a day of adding them?
No.
Yeah.
Not within a day. I had a neighbour whose partner was going through a fitness phase and became like a model of sorts, and suddenly every photo that went up was of her in her jocks, like just her in her jocks in a living room or a kid, and I was like, nah. After a week or two, I'm like,
because you're in the background.
no. But I felt uncomfortable, man. Like, I just felt uncomfortable. I'm like, I can't keep looking at this every day.
Right, goes out to get his mail.
Tell me more.
Nice upload last night. I got the same underwear.
No, well, hang on. Was I wrong? Like, I'm being serious.
No, I mean, I got rid of
Andy
a lot
would
of...
say you should have subscribed even harder. Get a couple accounts.
Donate.
Figured out what time the posts were going up.
Exactly. Not enough sleuthing.
Set up alarms.
I've never removed as many people as the start of COVID.
Yeah, I've done that.
That was the peak of removing.
Look, I can't say it. Like, I've only just gotten it now, so...
And you're only on Marketplace, so...
Pretty much, yeah. And I even gave up on that, too.
Ooh! Oh, okay.
I got my own guy now. Did I tell you that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What guy?
I got a guy.
He said it last. I think he said it last time.
guy.
I got a guy.
I got a guy.
I can't get into too much, but basically, I got a plastic guy, a guy that can get me plastic stuff.
Oh my god,
the good stuff, the good stuff,
the good stuff.
High quality paints.
Do you know what I think of a lot? And I piss myself laughing all the fucking time. Remember the scene in American Pie when Finch finally meets Stifler's mother in the pool room?
Yeah.
And then he goes, she's like, so where's no date tonight, huh? Oh, no date. There was a bathroom incident. Pardon me? Never mind. Just picture him in that white James Bond tux. You know what I realised with social media, though? It really is an echo chamber.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've had people unfollow me based on what I post, right? And believe it or not, most of my posts are either crappy memes that I make or tweets, just random shit, really. Every now and then I'll touch on something that's going on in the world, through a tweet or a news article, whatever. I got a lot of unfollows during COVID when I started posting, correcting misinformation.
Yeah.
And
because
a lot of
your anti-vaccine stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because the people would be in disagreement, yeah.
And I've never, and that's the thing, I've never unfollowed anyone based on like that. So I'll get into a discussion with them, but then I find myself blocked or removed or whatever.
It goes both ways, like
No, you can't. It's a forum. Like, this is the town square. You have to be willing to listen to the other side to some degree.
Speaking of forum,
talking about town square
and social media,
and yes.
No, go on.
No, you go on first.
No, because mine's going to be a longer story.
I think we're thinking the same thing. But you go first.
Jesus.
Well, I actually did an experiment, and so this is why I might drag out. So if you want to go, you go.
No, that's okay. You go first.
Okay. Gentlemen, I've done an experiment.
Thanks for checking in, John.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
He's done.
Okay.
There was a full stop at the
Sorry, no. But yeah, you got a point there, yeah.
It was a full stop.
It was a full stop. Well, before we start another story, we want to make sure we finish that.
No, on that.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
No. I'll give you an example of and this is where the cowardice comes in. There's one person in particular that will always post random crap, right? Because they're seemingly an authority.
How's a cow using a keyboard on a phone?
What cow, man?
Didn't you just say cow?
No, I said there's one person.
I thought you said a cow.
Cowardice.
Cowardice.
Oh, cowardice. I thought you said a cow.
No, cowardice. Cowardice.
That belt's coming down next.
How does it?
Yeah, the whole thing. Van Damme is going to land on your head, and that'll be the end of it. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Hang on, let's see.
He's got to get an angle.
I got to see if this saves. Please let it save. Okay.
Crash.
Shut up. Hey, come on, guys, shut up. All right, listen. Speaking of which, Mike Tyson had something to say. Okay, when the cowardice comes out, this one person will post up whatever they feel is relevant for whatever reason. I'll message them directly with a rebuttal.
Yeah.
And they may go back and forth until they realise that they can't actually gain
Is it
leverage
COVID related or
anything?
Anything.
COVID, religion, whatever the thing is, yeah? And
God exists, DM. I disagree.
No, literally.
You have been blocked.
No.
It's just flat out. You have been blocked. What?
I actually mentioned it on the solo. Can you relax? You keel over in here. You're on your own.
That's great.
All right. And I've actually called them to actually have a conversation and never had that phone call reciprocated. I've invited them onto the podcast to discuss, never have come down. But we'll continue to put out the crap that they put out because it's within their echo chamber.
Yeah.
I've put up anti-stuff to their stuff. Like, one, because it's a point of interest for me. Two, because I know it's going to be seen a reaction.
Yeah.
But it's never been brought forward when it's negative on something that is indisputable, which is something that they support.
Yeah.
Like, we're doing indisputable shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I realised, like, how come I'm not blocked? How come I'm not unfollowed or whatever? It's still there, but the echo chambers just keep going because more people will just pat them on the ass for whatever the hell they're putting out.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's...
I welcome
A challenge.
challenge. No, I welcome conversation.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be like a challenge in the sense where it's a debate that becomes a gotcha and all that. It's just you want to talk to someone. But a lot of people see it as that. Like, they're trying to...
Yeah, there was... Even in the early stages of democracy, the whole point... I keep saying it. Greeks invented democracy so they could argue on a platform.
Yeah.
Right? Put forth the opinion and the idea. Let's look at it. Let's compare notes. Maybe 70% of what I'm saying is right. Maybe 30% of what you're saying is right. Maybe we're both wrong and the third party's got the better idea and we didn't even know about it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, have the discussion and the exchange of ideas.
No, people don't want a discussion. They just want to be right.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So they ensconce themselves in the echo
most
chamber.
latest example of this is the James Webb Space Telescope.
What about it?
You know of it, I'm guessing?
Yeah, they brought back those super HD photos of like the moon and stuff.
So all those are edited photos, right? That's not what it actually looks like. Our eyes can't see what it looks like. So
what looks like?
What those images look like.
Oh, okay.
So the telescope in space obviously has, different infrared on the spectrum of colors. It can see things that we cannot see with our eye. So what they need to do is they need to Photoshop colors in and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's like dogs can hear at frequencies higher than humans.
Correct.
We can only assume, and that's what we don't know.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the big mysteries in the universe is the fact that we don't know what exists in these other sound frequencies the human ear physically cannot.
Right, but what's happening now is that because they're saying like these are edited photos because we wouldn't be able to see them otherwise, people are now saying, oh, well, it's all fake, the space is all fake and blah, blah, blah.
Space is fake.
Yeah, how people don't believe that there's a space out there and all that crap. People
is that
saying,
a thing?
You don't know it.
No.
Oh, are you kidding?
Are you joking?
This has been going on for a long time.
It's all
I know about like how people are saying the Earth is flat.
No.
This is another thing
This is
altogether.
an offshoot, an even loonier offshoot of that.
So what are they saying is out there? Like
Nothing. It's all faked.
the Hollywood
NASA,
studio life from the Truman Show.
NASA's just faking the whole thing.
Yeah, there's no satellites out there. There's no spaceships.
Other than the fact that GPS is literally a satellite.
Yeah.
Global positioning system.
And there's like 500 satellites in
We have
in
phone
space.
telecommunications more powerful than ever because
And what are
of
they
satellites.
using as proof that what they consider as proof?
Oh, like they'll go back and they'll debunk or try and debunk like videos of like 1940s or 50s.
The funniest part is the oldest satellite that man has ever known is right above us, the moon. Like that is a satellite. What we see the moon have like eclipses. We see it. Like that is a satellite. It's the oldest thing. It affects the gravitational pull of the Earth. Like all that sort of shit doesn't exist.
No. Apparently, I was watching this really cool thing, sort of related, but I was watching this cool thing where they said that if this Earth stopped rotating for 1 second, that's it. Finished.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone would die.
Yeah, everything would stand still and just go reverse, basically.
No, it would go 700 miles a second, or kilometers a second, in the east direction. So if we weren't buckled down, everyone would just fly off.
We go
and
through
die.
that wall and then splat on the brick one after it.
Everything would just completely, just for 1 second if it stopped, which was just, I found that incredible. You don't think about that.
We should be worshipping the moon.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah, we should be. Everyone, you always hear about sun worshippers, Ra, but you never hear about moon worshippers.
No, no one cares about
we
the moon.
should be worshipping the moon.
I'm pretty sure there was.
Please don't stop.
I'm pretty sure there was.
I'll look it up.
You look it up. While he looks
the
it
moon.
up, could I please have another Suntory?
Do you want one of these?
I don't want to open a whole
black are you
can.
feeling? Do you want that one? I don't have AIDS. I only have a bit left.
No.
I need to see a blood test, man.
I need to see some cultures.
Can I get a Gatorade as well, man?
Which colour would you like?
Just give me the Gatorade. $10 is going to give me one I don't want. I can see it. Look at this smug smirk.
Grazie.
Oh, don't. I knew it.
So why'd you get it if you don't like it?
Because I thought I'd change it up in case someone else wanted it. I think of other people, John.
You don't like lemon lime?
No.
What for?
Well, no.
Nah.
Dude, I'll be honest.
Nah.
I'll be honest. Of course. I asked for a Gatorade. He gives me a Red Maximus. Something else I don't drink. I'll drink it. Fuck it.
No, give it back.
Fuck it. Dude, when I actually was in Woolies.
The thing is, I know his favourite too. That's the thing.
Of course
Blue.
it is, because the
It's gotta be
majority
blue.
of them are there.
It's blue.
It's blue or grape.
What flavour is blue? It's just blue.
It's blue.
Blue is the flavour.
Blue. You know,
That was the V's. Remember the V Blues?
oh, they were actually good.
They were just blue.
Yeah, they
They
were
were
good.
blue
I used to
flavour.
drink them. They were
It
really
tastes
good.
better when you shake it.
I assume it does. You mix in the little splash of milk that's in there.
All the little tannins.
Please stop. When I was at Woolies and I got in front of the Gator thing and started grabbing them, I grabbed like a red one and a lime one. And the first thing I thought, what am I doing? I put like two in the basket. I'm never going to drink these. Like, why am I buying these? And then it was like the angel on the shoulder was like,
sure.
No. Like, what if someone else wants them? Other people, you've seen other people drink them. Surely they're here because people drink them. Then the devil, they're like, nah, fuck them. Like, you're paying for these.
More blue.
I was like, if they wanted it, they could come and get it themselves. So I put them back, and I doubled down on the blue and the grape.
You know what? I don't think I've ever shaken one of these cans.
Really?
For real?
You're supposed to.
They
yeah.
all say shake
Yeah.
before
I
use.
don't look at the back of a can. I crack it open and drink it.
Oh man, yeah. Have you ever had the rainbow one? Yeah, don't. You need to shake the rainbow one.
Hang on. What am I looking up?
What are you looking up?
Oh, moon worshippers. Isn't that what I was looking at? Which religion prays to the moon? The postulation that Allah, the name of God in Islam, historically originates as a moon god who was worshipped in pre-Islamic Arabia.
Well, there you go.
Wow. Who worshipped the moon? Yarik was a moon god worshipped in the ancient Near East. He's best attested in sources from the Amorite city of Garad in north of modern Syria, where he was one of the principal deities. Oh, there you go. And there is a pagan god. Oh, Artemis, man.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, she's the goddess of the moon. She's the goddess of the hunt, the wilderness, wild animals, chastity. What does the Bible say about the moon?
Chastity, eh?